Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the January 2nd reorganization meeting. I'd like to begin by wishing everyone a very happy and healthy new year, and we're going to please stand for the flag salute. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In compliance with the New Jersey Open Public Meeting Law, commonly referred to as the Sunshine Law, the Vineland Board of Education has caused notice and posting of this meeting to be sent to the following, announcing time and place thereof, agenda, etc. The Daily Journal, SNJ Today, the Press of Atlantic City, Nuestra Comunidad, Visto Bueno, the Clerk for the City of Vineland, and the Administrative Office Public Bulletin Board. At this time, I'm going to ask our solicitor, Mr. DeSanto, if he would please take over from here to swear in our new board members.
Ms. Acosta? Please raise your right hand. I, Inez Acosta,
I, Inez Acosta,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
and to the government established
and to the government established
in the United States
in the United States
and this state
and this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I, Inez Acosta,
I, Inez Acosta,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I possess
that I
the
possess
qualifications prescribed by law
the qualifications prescribed by law
for the office of
member
of the Board of Education,
of the Board of Education,
and that I will faithfully,
justly,
and impartially perform
all of the duties
of that office
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Inez, and welcome back.
Mr. English? Very good.
Oh,
I, Scotty English,
I, Scotty English,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
and to the government established
and to the government established
in the United States
in the United States
and this state
and this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I, Scott E. English,
I, Scott E. English,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I possess
the
qualifications prescribed by law
the qualifications prescribed by law
for the office of member of the Board of Education,
member of the Board of Education,
and that I will faithfully,
justly,
and impartially perform
all
of the duties of that office
of that office
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Welcome back, Mr. English. Please come up and join us.
Glad to be back.
Mr. Jennings. I, Christopher E. Jennings,
I, Christopher E. Jennings,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
and to the government
and to the government
established in the United States
established in the United States
and this state
and this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I, Christopher E. Jennings,
I, Christopher E. Jennings,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess
that I possess
the qualifications prescribed by law
the qualifications prescribed by law
for the office of
for the office of
member of the Board of Education,
member of the Board of Education,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
justly,
justly,
and impartially perform
and impartially perform
all of the duties of that office
all of the duties of that office
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. Jennings, and welcome back. At this time, we'll have roll call.
Ms. Acosta?
Here.
Mr. English?
Here.
Mr. Fiocchi?
Here.
Mr. Holmes?
Here.
Mr. Jennings? Present. Mr. Medio?
Here.
Mr. Sabrana?
Present.
Ms. Spinelli?
Here.
Mr. Aldrich? Present.
Before I open up nominations, I just want to review that the first person nominated will be voted on. If that person receives 5 votes, then that person will be elected to the office. If not, we will go to the second name, if there is one, and proceed the same way. So at this time, I would like to open up nominations for the office of Board President.
Through the chair, I'd like to nominate Mr. Scott English for the president of the Board of Education.
I'd like to nominate
No second.
Ms. Inez Acosta. Do we do that, or?
I'm sorry.
We won't vote for second.
Right.
Through Chair, Mr. English was nominated.
Correct.
Mr. Jennings is nominating Ms. Acosta.
Okay.
Then you have 2 nominations. Any other nominations? If not, they're closed. Can you first vote on Mr. English?
Okay.
Ms. Acosta?
This is the vote of Mr.
Excuse me?
This is the vote.
Mr. English.
He's just going on.
This is the voting for Mr. English, that's correct.
Yes.
Ms. Acosta?
No.
Mr. English?
Yes.
Mr. Fiocchi?
Yes.
Mr. Holmes?
Yes.
Mr. Jennings?
Yes.
Mr. Medio?
Yes.
Mr. Sabrana?
Yes.
Ms. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Aldrich?
Yes.
Passes. Mr. English is president.
The vote is 8-1. Congratulations, Mr. English.
Thank you.
At this point, you'll take over for nominations for vice president. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I heard it wrong. I wanted to vote no.
Well, since that passes, move forward.
Still passes.
For the record, just should we state that it's a 7-2 vote, correct?
Yes.
7-2, correct.
Thank you. At this time, we'll take nominations for Board Vice President.
Mr. English, I'd like to nominate Mr. Tom Aldrich for Vice President of the Board of Education.
Okay, for the record, we have Mr. Tom Ulrich. Do we have anyone else?
Mr. English, I'd like to nominate Chris Jennings.
For the record, we have Mr. Chris Jennings. Do we have anyone else? Seeing none, roll call, please.
This vote is for Mr. Aldridge.
Mr. Ulrich.
Ms. Acosta?
No.
Mr. Fiocchi?
Yes.
Mr. Holmes?
Yes.
Mr. Jennings?
No.
Mr. Medio?
Yes.
Mr. Sabrana?
Yes.
Mrs. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Aldrich?
Yes.
Mr. English?
Yes.
Motion passes.
At this time, the vote for Mr. Ulrich, 7-2.
Mr. Aldrich is 7-2, that's correct.
Mr. Ulrich, assuming to see the Vice President. At this time, do we have any public comment on agenda items? Seeing none. Dr. Gucci, do we have any recommendations?
We do. I'd like to recommend discussion and approval of the readoption of our bylaws and policies. And I'd also like to recommend discussion and approval of accepting the 2018 annual school election results.
Separate motions.
Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Do we have any questions or comments? I did have just one comment concerning the bylaws. Bylaw 0155 states we have the 5 committees. And I did notice when I was on the website that some of the committees in our bylaws are called one thing, but then when I go on the website, they have a different name. So I just want to make sure that we can get that aligned properly because we're going to be setting our committees. And just for example, we have curriculum, instruction, and technology according to our bylaws. But if for some reason it goes under curriculum and instruction on the website, so I just wanted to make sure that it reflects that as we are going to be voting on them this evening.
We just started a new website, so Gia has been working out the kinks, and hopefully everything will be cleaned up very soon.
That's perfect. And then I see bylaw 0164, conduct of board meetings. It gives a clear explanation of the format with a work session 1 week and a regular meeting the 2nd week. I didn't see anything with the new combined format, so I just think we need to, if indeed that's, when I was looking online, we seem to be, the board approved the combined format, but I didn't see it in our bylaws, and I believe it should reflect that as well.
Thank you.
And that is pretty much it, unless anyone else.
The bylaws have not been amended to reflect it.
But I think that's something that.
That will go to policy and personnel.
Yes, absolutely. I just want to get that in the record because, again, we're going to be setting these committees, so it's pretty much all that I have. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, do I have a roll call, please?
Ms. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Fiocchi?
Yes.
Mr. Holmes?
Yes.
Mr. Jennings?
Yes.
Mr. Medio?
Yes.
Mr. Sabrana?
Yes.
Ms. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Ulrich?
Yes.
Mr. English?
Yes. At this time, I will give the public an opportunity to address the board on any topic. Seeing none. Usually we give the board an opportunity to speak. I don't see it on here. We still follow that format?
Ken?
At this time, Mr. Fiocchi, any public comment, please?
Nothing at this time.
Thank you. Mr. Holmes? Ms. Acosta?
I'd just like to congratulate Mr. English and Mr. Ulrich as president and vice president. And to all the students, teachers, I know we had a long break. Welcome back to school, and I wish all of you a very successful 2019. Thank you. Oh, I also want to thank my kids. I know that coming out here tonight was a drag. Thank you, and my sister too.
This is Reynolds.
I just want to congratulate both of you, and I look forward to working with your leadership.
Thank you. Mr. Brown.
Congratulations, Mr. English, Mr. Aldrich. We have a lot of work to do this year, and it's good to see that we have so much experience there. And I know that you guys have been around the block a number of times, and will certainly have experience with things that we're most likely to confront. I have a couple of items I'd like to consider, or have considered, under with 5B, Bob.
6B, yeah.
For next week's meeting, was there going to be an agenda setting meeting for that?
Yes.
So I'll just pass that along to you.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Is that still considered 7B or 6B? 7B or 6B?
It all depends. This is a combined meeting, the numbers have changed. This is why you were
Just if
correct.
you'd be kind enough, John, to just call me tomorrow, or email me, tell me what you want on it.
I mean, nothing big. One of the things I want to talk about is the combined meeting. And also the time of the meetings, whether we should consider going back to 7 o'clock, which is a more convenient time for a lot of people to work. I don't know how we drifted into that. It was 7 o'clock for many, many years, and then now it's 6. And if there's a combined meeting on one night at 6 o'clock, that might be difficult for some people to attend that. Something to think about.
Thank you. We will make a note of that. Mr. Medio.
Just like to congratulate everyone who was elected tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Jennings.
Obviously, congratulations, you guys. There's a ton of experience here leading us into 2019. And I just want to say that I was happy to have the opportunity to nominate Ms. Inez Acosta and to be able to vote for her and possibly have our first Hispanic female leadership in the city of Vineland for president. And I just hope for, as usual, the continuation of great things and the smooth operation of the City of Vineland School and the board. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jennings. Mr. Aldrich.
Actually, congratulations to Chris being reelected, Inez being reelected, and to Scott being elected once again. And thank you for the support, and we'll work hard to make sure that the entire board is up to date on all matters as quickly as we can. That's probably one of the biggest things that we need to improve on, so we're on to it. That's it.
Dr. Cuccia.
I'd just like to congratulate both of you and Inez for getting back on the board again. I look forward to working with all of you, and I wish everyone a very healthy, happy, and prosperous new year.
Thank you, Dr. Cuccia. To each one of the board members, thank you for your confidence this evening. And when we usually do this process of voting for a president and a vice president, it's never should be something that's personal. It's never like that with me. You've known me all long enough. I really expect each of you to give the outstanding effort that I know you're all capable of. I had the privilege of watching, thanks to our VPS, each meeting, taking my notes. You know, I'm a communicator, I'm a collaborator, I'm a very transparent person, so I don't believe in anyone being in the dark. I believe in things being open and out front. You'll notice over the next couple of weeks, I will be sending out a lot of emails. We are dealing with a record highest shortfall in the history of the Vineland Public School District, which is something that is not going to be a comfortable position for any of us, as well as employees in this district, because you know how the rumor mills go. But we will make sure that everyone is aware of what's going on. One thing that I would like to establish at this point is we currently do not have a BA position. Mr. Mustarell sitting in for Ms. Haley, who recently has left the district. But I like the consistency factor, and I would hope that Mr. Fiocchi would still entertain in being the chair of the finance, because that is what's going to drive this bus. And I believe you had on that committee was Mr. Holmes and Mr. Ulrich. I think for the sense of consistency, you started the process early October as we normally do. Whatever's happening with our BA position in the future, I know Mr. Muscarell's been part of the process, Dr. Gruccio. I myself need to be brought up to speed rather quick. I don't know how the rest of the board members are with that, but that is on the front burner, and really should be on every burner to get this thing ironed out. We need to have a balanced budget in a timely timeline, so that's what I'll be focusing on. I also want to congratulate you, Chris, and congratulate you, Inez, again. Welcome back, and we've worked together, so I anticipate it's going to be nothing but what's best for students. My goal is basically going to be to try and not speak as long as I used to. And if I can get a motion for adjournment at this time.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
That wasn't bad, 2 minutes.